Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of Alien Earth Episode 4, titled Observation. Yes, and I really enjoyed this episode because I felt that it really coalesced a lot of stuff together, getting a lot of disparate kind of parts just interweaving and interlocking in a very good way story-wise. And because we got Xenomorph stuff, we got the eyeball squid ass stuff, we got into Nibs and what she's kind of dealing with, and Wendy, and what's kind of going on here. So, we've got a lot of stuff going on. We deal with, like, Slightly and Morrow. We learned that Dame Sylvia and Arthur are husband and wife. That was interesting to learn. How they kind of deal with the hybrids in a certain kind of security scenario. Joe kind of coming to terms with kind of where he's at and what's kind of going on. And Boy Cavalier just being a complete utter dick. So, well, Morrow's being a dick here as well. We start off and we see that they have turned off Wendy's hearing. They're trying to figure out what's kind of going on here. We literally get Boy Cavalier telling Curly to go over and just fucking play with knobs and shit. We actually see her fucking doing them. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's kind of going on here. It was kind of funny. As they're trying to figure out what's going on with her, we get Joe in there. They turned off her hearing to see what's kind of happening with it. And they kind of like bring her back up to level and talk about how she can hear them kind of conversing. She explains kind of what was going on, and then her just like passing out from everything that was happening with the Xenomorph stuff, and she can hear them and everything. And they're like, Boy Cavalier's just focus on her and telling Curly to pretty much just fuck off. She's like, yeah, Curly, just don't do that shit. But you know that motherfucker's like, oh, Daddy's fucking ignoring me. I gotta do this, that, and the other. It's like, no, this dude doesn't give a shit about anybody. Pretty much pushing Wendy to vocalize what she's hearing, and she's able to do it. It's like, okay, why are they talking? This is a kind of advanced species that just fucking kills shit usually. What are they talking about? Why are they talking to her? What's this whole kind of thing? So we're getting a little bit more in on it, and a little bit more as well at the end. And I kind of like how that's teasing out. For some reason, their execution on this is working for me better than what was going on in Prometheus and Alien Covenant. It's like, okay, the Xenomorphs evidently have an ability to communicate with each other like this. Wendy can hear it and can even vocalize it and even kind of go further than that with what's going on. It's like, holy shit. And I love how Joe's kind of like, listen, it's fine, just like let her go to her room, let her fucking rest, where Cavalier doesn't give a shit. So, of course, there's tension there, and then we get the kind of finance dude later on kind of working on that kind of realm, too. Kirsch and Toodles, who will later rename himself Isaac, are helping out with the kind of, let's see here, they name it the Trypanochia ocelus. Trypanohycha ocelus, an octopus-like creature on a sheep. And this is fucking nutty. Seen it going in, and we see that Kirsch is remarking how it's like intelligent and it like boosts this shit up. And it's looking at fucking Kirsch like, yeah, bitch, I got your number. And it's like, alright. And then, of course, Boy Cavalier's like, fuck that shit. I'm attention, bitch. And that's kind of important because we get kind of two scenes later on. Mainly, that Boy Cavalier wants Wendy to pretty much focus on the Xenomorph stuff. And it's like, alright, if you want your brother here, as long as he's not a distraction, and just being a complete dick about it. It's like, god damn it, he really has not grown up. He does not know how to take responsibility. It's really kind of funny, because we see that going on a lot with what's the main kind of cast here, with the hybrids and children being implanted in these adult bodies, and what kind of goes on with it. And Nibs, holy fucking shit. So, we see, let's see. Yeah, and then we also see, where was I going on with this? Yeah, because of Boy Cavalier, he doesn't want that attention. He hates the whole stuff kind of going on with Joe. It's like, alright, fine, cool. But this also links up with Joe, who's pretty much told by the finance dude, listen, we want to know what's going on with Wendy. We want to know if she's actually Wendy or if it's just some weird fucking AI kind of thing. You'll be compensated and shit like that. And he's like, I don't want to fucking do that. It's like, well, we gave you this fucking new lung and shit. We could boot you off the island, but trying to pay us back, good luck for it. It's like, fine. He also wanted to get in contact with his old unit, but it's like, not yet. And then we see that they do bring him on because they probably thought it was a safer kind of option because they'd probably need more security to deal with, like, the aliens that they've got. And it's like, alright, you dumb bastards. So linking up with the stuff that's going on with the hybrids, we see that Arthur and Dame Silva are, like, really trying to wrestle with what is going on with these hybrids. Their AI thinking they're human, or they killed kids, and of course Nibs pops up and like, yeah, I'm pregnant! It's like, what? Now, pregnancy, of course, is a big kind of thing within the Alien franchise. Like, the whole stuff with the xenomorph life cycle, and all this kind of shit. And Dame Silva tried to, like, talk to her, trying to get her to kind of open up. She, of course, brings up the whole thing with Jesus, and all that. It's like, yeah, but... even in that kind of instance, they have an actual biological body. I mean, you getting pregnant would be even a step beyond that of just like, your body's not even built to support that. What the fuck? And of course, this is some kind of mechanism to deal with everything that was going on. Dame Silva tried to push her on it, and she's like, yeah. It's like, oh, fucking shit. And of course, she, like, gets a panic button. It's like, hey, you need to kind of take her back to the room. It's like, yeah, I'll name the kid this, that, or the other, and anything like that, and just kind of, like, playing with this doll thing. It's like, yeah, what happens when you attempt to try and, like, talk to someone about something, and they've got the ability to pretty much rip your ass out? If they wanted to. Even though if they don't know how to do it, it's like, it really sells the scare factor of the hybrids on this. Which is interesting to juxtapose between what's going on with Morrow and Slightly. Morrow pretty much going a kind of softer tactic of trying to get him to be a friend to him, to go and steal the xenomorph egg. This is where it kind of links up with Toodles calling himself Isaac, as Slightly is trying to get in the lab, but kind of like brings them off to kind of another kind of thing, and he's like, I can't fucking do it, Morrow. And we see that Kirsch understands what's going on and actually is letting it go on like a fucking asshole, and then actually tries to do his own kind of designs on it. It's like, you fucking asshole, as we get later on. Because Slightly's like, I can't get in the lab. It's like, oh yeah, because stupidly enough, Slightly tells Morrow his true name, Arush Singh, and he's able to find his mother and brothers and pretty much threatens them, and it's like, god damn, fuck. This then gets us into the core kind of conflict, is that Slightly finds them and sees Wendy with her brother, and it's like, we all have brothers too and everything like that. We've got like family and all that, and she's like, yeah, you should... him, Joe, well, Wendy and Joe are like, yeah, we should have those people. It's like, why are you acting like this? They're like, we agree with you, man. It's like, she's not trying to dickwag here and be like, yeah, it's just lined up with your situation pretty much suckily. And Mars like, listen, you get me one of those things, you find somebody, and of course this is linking up to utilize Joe on this, as he's standing menacingly out to pretty much let the egg do the whole kind of thing. Morrow, of course, lying to him, and I fucking hate Morrow here. Alright? The actor is doing an amazing job of selling this character being a complete and utter depraved shitbag, manipulating and threatening a child to get his way. It's well done and well executed. I hate seeing it, but it's done very well of him just, I'm going to achieve my objective here. I'm like, So it's like, alright, Kirsch is listening in on this and actually goes and touches the egg. And it's like, you know what, I might let this happen so I can see what the fuck actually happens. Because, I mean, we tested it on a lung. Let's see what happens on a real person. It's like, and that, my friends, is how you get a xenomorph problem. But, what do we know? Just the consequences of these dickholes' actions. It's just like, okay, this is not going to end well. So we get a lot of stuff intersecting, coming into points, and this really fused together pretty well for me to kind of like really just get into it. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Now we get to the last kind of bit, which I. It's very interesting because normally I would probably say that, like, I don't know if I would want these kind of reveals or anything, but it's executed in a way that works for me. If that isn't the case for you, if you don't want someone to be able to understand the xenomorph language or anything, I get that. Whenever you get into some kind of mystery box or unknown kind of entity that's supposed to be beyond comprehension and trying to answer those questions, it's usually a mixed bag. You usually get things that happen that you're just like not really enthused with the answers. That's how I've pretty much felt about Prometheus, Alien Covenant, and Alien Romulus. They just do not work for me. I think that the reveals and executions don't work well, and that's on me. Okay? If you disagree with that, that's cool. If that works for you, enjoy it. That's cool. I don't ever want to take that away from someone, and if you like it, I will go find something else and go into my corner and just be like, yeah, I'll have my fun with my fun. I never want to take that kind of shit or shit on somebody's shit either. If you like something and I don't, I'm fine with that. I don't want to take that enjoyment from you. Just enjoy your shit. That's cool. And if I like something and other people don't, that's cool too. I'll just enjoy the shit. It's really working well here. And then we get that when he pretty much goes and sees the lung. And Kirsch is watching on as well. And we see it chest burst out. It's like, holy fucking shit. And it's going, and then we see that she's able to communicate with it. And it kind of is like, hey, what's up? And then she's able to kind of like stroke it. And it's like, what the fucking shit? It's nuts. We'll have to see how this works out. Now, just because it's working for me right now, doesn't mean later on I could get an answer that completely and utterly just fucks me and just like, nah, this isn't cool. We'll see how it works out. We also got a look at the next episode, I believe, which seems to be going as a flashback to show what happens on the Maginot, and I guess more of a look into Morrow and why he is so hell-bent. He might be hell-bent because, well, he said that, like, he's lost everything and this is his life's work. That's usually fine enough for me. However, we'll see what kind of went down with the Maginot, and if there were other people in there that, yeah, he says this is his life work, but what if he had people on there that he cared about, even though showcasing in the first episode, he didn't seem to care that much about pretty much a lot of people, because he told Mother that everybody was dead, and let that other chick kind of fucking die too, before pretty much sealing himself up before Xenomorph attempted to pretty much crack his ass. So, and yes, I'm going more crack his ass, because, cyborg, so killing is like, I mean, yes, you can kill a cyborg, but I mean, it's got a little bit more durability kind of shit, and it usually takes a little bit more to kind of take him out, even though Bishop got like fucking ripped in half pretty easily by the Queen Xenomorph in like Aliens. But I'm liking the characters, I'm liking the dynamics and the interplays. I hope that Slightly can get some help from the rest of the hybrid children, because none of the adults in the room, they're just big. I do like one thing that at least that I'm getting from this is that it just showcases that adults are just bigger, older children that do not know what the fuck they're doing. In most instances. Boy Cavalier, Kirsch, pushed off as an adult, is just doing shit because he doesn't give a fuck and wants to do whatever he fucking wants, pretty much, with his scientific pursuits. Dame Silva is attempting to help out as much as possible. Arthur's more on the IT kind of set, but he's even still like, what the fuck? Joe's attempting to help his sister, and the finance dude is like, we've got a lot of shit here. We want to make sure that these are actual people, because this is a product that we're attempting to launch. Well, fuck you, buddy. And Morrow's fucking manipulating a child. God, it makes me really fucking hate his character. Well, I try to move away from hate, but like I intensely dislike the motherfucker because of him doing that. Even though I understand his reasons, and we'll have to see if that bites his ass or whatnot, or if he's like, this is my life's work. I'm gonna face hug this kind of shit and then like transport myself to Weyland-Yutani. And if that happens, it could still execute pretty well. I'm like, yeah, I might have called that shit, but that kind of seems where it would be going for him. So, I did really like this episode because it kind of brought as a focal point of the series so far, of all the different storylines and all the characters, and understanding them and learning more about them as we're going forward. This is the halfway point because there are 8 episodes. This has been a really good show so far, at least in my opinion, because it balances story and everything, and the action's well done, and the horror aspects are well done as well, which is harder to accomplish on a TV show depending upon what you're attempting to do. Supernatural in the early seasons did a really good job of the horror aspects of what's going on, with understanding the budget and everything. And I don't know how expensive this is comparatively for them for FX and Hulu, but I don't feel chinched out here. It's not like I feel like that I would be able to take this and be like, this is the TV version and this is the movie. I can barely, like, if I sat this side by side, I'd say this is movie quality. It's just TV. And that's a cool thing to have. Now, that doesn't mean you take a movie and you chop it up into bits. That's another strength here. It does not feel like a movie that was chopped up into 8 bits. Marvel. God damn it. Yes, I like Marvel. But the biggest weakness of their shows is that it feels like a movie chopped up into bits. You can't do that. You have to understand how episodes work together and flow together. An episode must be able to stand on its own while also furthering on the plot. You can't just do that in a movie and just like chop it up and edit it real pretty and just think it's going to work out. This has been able to do, it knows it's a show, it does itself as a show, it has the budget to do the effects that it needs to do, and it uses it well. And I'm actually enjoying it and along for the ride. Whereas after I watched Romulus, I was like, I'm probably done with the Alien franchise. And then this popped off at the same, and I'm like, alright, let me check this shit out. And I'm like, let me check this shit out. Yeah, so we'll see where this goes. So those are my opinions on the episode. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.